The sweet divinity of the innocent child. How you long for those softer, gentler times and mother's warm embrace. You do remember what that feels like, don't you? Nothing brought greater security than her hugs and kisses, enveloped in a beaming smile and her pearly whites. Few things gave you greater happiness than Daddy coming home from work. He was a shield from the evils of your world. He showered you with gifts, entertained you with games, and energized you with sports. You remember, the sweet grass that was always boldly green, no matter what time of the year it was? Of course you do. How could you forget? That's where you saw Daddy give Mummy her black eye. "Answer me, bitch!" he yelled at her. In full display of your family, you saw her, doubled over in pain, barely able to stand. You could have stopped him. He wouldn't have hit you, or your mother, if you stood in his way. But you froze, scared. She would not have suffered as long if you swallowed your cowardly pride. That's why she never told you what it was about. It was your fault, and she is ashamed of you. But you still had a good life, didn't you? Sure, Daddy wasn't around anymore and you never heard from your relatives again, but you didn't need them. Just you and Mother against the world. She got you into a good school with an education to match. She told you she was very proud of you, but never felt the same after Daddy left. Everyone knew about the kid whose dad went to prison for beating two bells out of their mother, but that wouldn't stop you from trying. Good Lord, you did not stop smiling. You made it your life mission to care and look after her, bend over backwards to make her like you again. You had friends to run to and with, and people who respected and loved being with you, but you would not stop trying to make that bitch notice you. If your devotion to making that hag so much as smirk wasn't countered by the amount of energy wasted on it, I'd applaud you. You know I would. You remember the night of your 14th birthday. You know, the big one at the town hall with all your friends from school. Mother couldn't afford it, not on her small income, so your best friend's parents organized it for you. They didn't think you should suffer. You tell people it was because 14 wasn't an important year, not like 10, 13 or 18, but we both know it's because that you felt you didn't deserve it. See? That's what happens when you tell people such stupid lies. They start feeling things and think you need to be celebrated. You can never be sure how many times someone will repeat something in their head. You should know that, knowing what Mother put you through. But it's alright. It's okay to forget how much of a failure you've been just for one night. You had a party to go to. Tonight was your night. Strangers made you feel special, even loved, singing songs, overdosing on sugary treats and dizzying party games. Remember how Elijah drank all those cans of Coke and spun around so many times trying to hit that piñata that he projectile vomited all over Cindy? Despite fancying her, you could not help but laugh your tiny arse off at that girl. What a cruel thing to do. You know better than anyone else who humiliated that poor thing. But it was funny, and it was your birthday, so that's alright then. Happiness doesn't last though, does it? It's easy to wash away like a shoreline, bringing forth new, yet recognizable filth. You tried to forget how you told Mother about it the day before and how she didn't want you to go. She had special plans for you, but you wanted that party. You say you care so much about her, but you went off with a friend after school, not waiting for her. You were so selfish you didn't stop to care what she had planned for you. You remember the cake she made? Huge thing. Orange pound, your favorite. The little she gave you was delicious. The rest went against a wall. Again, you were cowardly. You moved out of the way rather than taking it like a man. You deserved everything she told you. You deserved that slap, the swelling it caused, the sting that blossomed across your face, the ringing in your ears that it felt like it went on for days. You had it coming, honestly, and it wouldn't hurt so much if you bothered to stop and think about someone else. Always been about you, hasn't it? Me, 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 me. The whole world doesn't revolve around you, you know. Your mother always had a lot going on, but you never respected that. It was always about making you look and feel good. No wonder she hit you. You would do the same if someone's entire persona was annoying entitled brat. I will, however, Give credit where it is due. You did change and you did mature. 2 years after the first physical altercation, you ran away with your buddies, squatting in some cracked inn. That might be how you learned Argos so quickly when you died. You spread your wings and flew out of the nest, trying to take control of your life, but just coasted on the howling winds of chaos. A few years after that, you escaped and got a proper job. Wasn't much, but it kept a small roof over your head. Your mother would be so proud, I'm sure. That is, if you bothered speaking to her and recognized you. She went there all the time for her groceries, doing all that lifting, even with her funny back, yet you didn't have the balls to say, "I'm sorry." Do you reckon she thought about you all that time or thought you were dead? Maybe she lost interest in you, but I guess that meant you were remotely interesting to begin with. Don't tell me I was wrong. Just using your words after all. You'd get your answer soon though, as she was the one who found you. 28 stab wounds because you fucked someone else's woman. By that dumpster too. What a waste. That pun was intended because you are both a joke and a waste of people's time. I know you try hard to ignore me, but you know everything I just said is true. And I am anything but deceitful, especially when it matters the most. I know you like to pretend I'm not real, that I'm just some taint of your psyche, like I'm not supposed to be here, but let's be real for just a second. I am you. I'm the version of you you'd rather not have anyone see, but there is no you without me. I own you. Your existence in this depressing swirling vortex of nihilistic misery is dependent on my goodwill. I could end you now, but it is far more gratifying seeing you slowly accept who and what you are, through my acts of charity and embrace it by the jugular. Your whole existence has been a beautiful cycle of pain, loss, growth, and stagnation. I am only teaching you the way you like to be taught, the way I know you listen. Don't get annoyed with me when I lead you away from your circle and give you some alone time. It's what you do when things get tough. At least I recognize that's what you need. No one else does. That makes me pretty special, doesn't it? I guess you are too. Not many people say they can fly to the top of the Citadel unscratched. You will get the credit for that. I won't. If I was bitter, I'd be cross, but I wouldn't be here without you, buddy. Like I said, we need each other, and we make a great team. Look where we are now. We're top of the world. Well, top of the bottom of it anyway. You know there's no real escape from this, right? Yeah, we talked about that whole risen nonsense, but you don't have the guts to go through all that, so let's scratch that off. You probably shouldn't listen to those heretics either. A lot of spiritual mumbo-jumbo that you don't have the patience for, so let's ignore that too. You got the renegades down below, fighting the good fight, sticking to the ancient man, woman, and everything else in between. You got what it takes? Doubt it. But try and prove me wrong. I dare you. The hierarchy ain't going to be too pleased about you breaching their walls, and they are well within their right to take you in and send you to their mines. That is, if they are feeling charitable. They could beat you over the head and melt you down into some of the bricks that are being blown out right now, or turn you into screaming coins, which probably means you have a fight on your hands to survive. Although, they'd be stupid to smelt someone like you down. Despite your flaws, you got good instincts, and when you get your shit together, can get anything done. With your skills with Argos, you could find a harbinger to set you up, delivering packages and people, which would be right up your street. You know, being the knight in shiny white armor no one asked for. Or, you have my personal recommendation. Jump. Throw in the towel. End it all. Skip the harrowing altogether. Join Oblivion's pawns and feel a part of something meaningful. I know you won't do that, but it would be pretty rude of me not to give you all the options and debatable ways out. I know you thought about it too, at least once. So what are you going to do? You better choose quickly or I'll choose for you, and you may not like the outcome. Not that it matters. At the end of the day, what you want isn't all that important. I've already won.